is a sad poem. Well, it's a poem about lost love, or coping with lost love. And I think Dan wanted to hear it. Dan Brady, so I'm gonna do this. And just for the sake of clarity, I guess, I make a reference to the sun, and it's a metaphor for my only father figure, who is God. It's called Plants on the Balcony. As I step out to sit on the balcony, the glare from the morning sun disturbs my eyes as if to scold me, like a father with a son who's overslept on a day when there's much work to be done. But I know Father loves me, so I sit and remain just as I am, barefoot, shirtless, and lazy, shielding my eyes from the glare of his disapproval as he lectures me about life in general and how tough things were for him while coming up. How he has to get up early each and every morning and work hard for every single thing he's earned, recounting all his great accomplishments. Meanwhile, I sit and listen and listen and sit and sit and sit. I truly admire and respect Father's work ethic, but I have in fact heard his soliloquy many times before, so my mind drifts and my eyes wander and seek a distraction. I take notice of all the potted plants sitting with me and before me along the railing of the balcony, some 24 all in all, some mine, some yours. Others we bought together while at the nursery. You loved them all back then much more than I, so I guess that makes them all yours. I happen to notice that many of them have died, though it should come as no surprise, knowing they could not have perished overnight. And in hindsight, I watched them die in passing glances. Yes, die they did, partly of neglect for which I am to blame, partly from the summer's heat, Father lecturing them too harshly, while in a weakened state, with little or no water for me. And though I'm sure you do not realize it, you too are culpable for their death, for they were yours, and once beautiful because of you. But like children and pets, they cannot be so easily disowned or disavowed once you've claimed them, loved and cared for them. Even if circumstances change, they're still yours. And despite neglect or abandonment, their dependency, their struggle to survive, to live and to grow continues or fails. Father goes on speaking in rant, his voice fading in and out as I look at the dead, at their shriveled, dirty, brown, brittle bodies, crumpled, pitifully dry, emaciated, nested with spiders in their scurvy white webs, contemptible eyesores to any who've never witnessed their days of glory. It occurred to me they must have been dead for quite some time, and I began to wonder, why haven't I tossed them out by now? Maybe because I'm not ready to replace them with a resplendent, new, young, alive bougainvillea that would bring pleasure to my eyes. Or maybe I'm reluctant to return to the nursery, a once joyful place that, unbeknownst to me, I'd been purposely avoiding, not wanting to remember your face and smile and the colorful, bright flowers there, or to feel your shades of presence in the subdued light, or to breathe in the fresh oxygen emoted there, reminiscent of your scent. Or maybe the reason why I haven't got rid of them is because all these plants sitting with me here and before me on the balcony, in a mournful way, reminds me of the love we once shared. A happy love, a sad love, a love both fine and tragic when looked upon as a whole, but is finished in time to give the deceased a decent burial. I turned my attention to the other plants that appeared to be doing quite well, actually. Hardy souls, enduring life forms that have withstood my negligence in a frequent watering, mainly succulents and cacti, all lovely and charming, each in their own way, yet none of them as beautiful to me as those others once were. To my surprise, a few of the succulents have begun to flower, raising up erect, lifting their semi-translucent pedestals and buds like arms and little soft hands reaching for Father. I hear Father's glaring voice again coming to the foreground, and I think to myself, these are the ones to whom he would grant his approval. And noticing my line of sight, Father says to me, derisively on cue, why couldn't you be more like these? And just like always, Father knows best. Thank you very much. And this last poem, I'll just end it. It's an ode, and it's an ode to rice. My brother, he said, you should, he's jokingly, he said, you should write a poem about rice. He said, because biogenically, we're like 90% rice. So I said, yeah, I feel that. So it turned out to be something more than I expected, but it's called Ode to Rice. Oh, rice, teeny tiny oblong pebbles, like races of men, yellow, brown, white, or dark. Or like beautiful, rich women, rose, pearl, Rani, and sweet jasmine long. Oh, rice, there's such a vast and wonderful variety of hidden wealth in you. But single, solitary, and alone, you are made almost as meaningless as a grain of sand or 10 grains of salt. A mere drop of water envelops you. Birds find you contemptible, inedible. The ant dismisses the aid of his companions in order to carry you off single-handedly as he chides the earth and asks, where's your gravity? But in the company of your brothers, your peers, your people, O rice, the true existential nature of you is revealed. Your ambition and lofty purpose within your plurality, exponentially within your collective physiological mass and variation, and within your numbers, which are indeed plentiful. Your beauty and form has found its glory. God has granted us special knowledge of you as a gift world over. Fascinations and secrets about you, unknown to all earthly creatures, save for man, who by the grace of God has opened and unlocked your wonders. And look, all mysteries of life and universe are captured within each one of your barren seeds. Shapes and forms, density and mass, light and dark void, evaporation and mist, heat, viscosity, speed, time, and space. Still, mankind has yet to unlock the sacred secret within themselves, unable or unwilling to decipher and perfect the most excelling quality that God has bestowed upon any, even upon himself. The capacity to love and to be loved greatly. A purpose manifested in you, O little one, but his divine will for us in order that no one should starve. Thank you very much. Great to be here. Sorry.